Claude shipped more updates in the last 90 days than most companies ship in a year. I've been deep in all of it: Microsoft Office, Cowork, the browser extension, the new mobile stuff, and I pulled together these 7 tricks that actually changed how I work. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Let me know your favorite tip down in the comments. Tip number 1 is the memory audit prompt. Are you actually using Claude's memory feature? Most people aren't. It's been live and free for everyone since March. So here's the prompt that fixes everything. Copy this, it's down in the description. Look at our conversation so far. Are there any patterns I've corrected in your outputs or asked you to adjust, preferences or rules I've demonstrated that aren't captured in your system prompts or project memory yet? Run that in any project and then take what Claude tells you and put it back into your memory. To find your memory, go into Settings, Capabilities, and View and Manage your memory. There's some interesting stuff in there. There may already be edits that you want to make based on the content that Claude has memorized about you. I suggest you review that from time to time. Tip 2 is Claude in Microsoft Office. The biggest workflow upgrade of 2026 is Claude is now available inside of Microsoft Office. Excel, Word, PowerPoint are fully shipped, Outlook is still in beta, and you can install them with the link in the description. It takes about 90 seconds from the Microsoft Marketplace. Once it's installed, you'll see Claude in the top right corner of each app. There's a shortcut to summon it, Control-Alt-C, or Option on a Mac. Inside of Excel, Claude reads your spreadsheet, it writes formulas, it edits cells, it runs analysis all natively. Inside of PowerPoint, it can read your master slide, your font, your colors. It can build slides you actually want to match your brand. And inside of Word, it can draft, redline, edit, all in the track changes. What really shines is the conversation that carries across all 3 apps. You can analyze data in Excel, switch to PowerPoint, and Claude will already know what you've analyzed. Building the deck with the same context, no re-explaining. Change a number in Excel, and tell Claude to update the charts in PowerPoint and that number in your Word memo. It does all 3 apps in one conversation. I plan to do a full walkthrough demo in a separate video, so subscribe if you want to see that. Cowork for cleaning up your messy files. If you've never used Cowork, this is the easiest way to get started. Some quick context: Cowork is Claude running on your actual computer, not in a browser, on your machine with access to your files and your apps, and it's available on every paid plan since April. Here's the test I run on it. My download folders is a graveyard. PDFs from a year ago, random screenshots, installations that I never open again. I don't want to spend an hour cleaning it, but I also don't want to nuke something important. So I open Cowork, and I tell it to organize my downloads folders, group files by type, date, rename anything with a default file name, and flag anything important so I can review it before it's deleted. 5 minutes later, the folder's sorted, nothing to delete without my OK, and I get my time back. Tip 4 is save shortcuts in Claude Chrome. But before that, let's talk about Claude Chrome. For anyone who's doing repetitive web work, outbound research, competitive checks, anything really, Claude in Chrome is the browser extension and is extremely useful. The installation link is in the description, and it works on any paid plan. Once you've got it, you'll see Claude pinned in your browser. Click it and you get a panel, a chat box, on the right side of your screen. A few things to note: they recently added a quick mode, which can scan your browser 3 times faster, but it has restrictions depending on your plan type. You can also use Teach Claude. By clicking the small icon and showing Claude what you're doing while talking to it at the same time, it can learn a workflow from you. However, personally, I find that this can be overkill. Unless the browser is hard to navigate, Claude can do pretty much any job with a good prompt. So another option instead is just to save the prompts as shortcuts. To do this, type the / and then go to Schedule a Task. And from there, it will let you create a new shortcut. For example, I'm using a shortcut to enrich data for sales leads, and if that's interesting, I can do a further video to break that down as well. Tip 5 is Claude Chrome plus Cowork. This is the browser plus Cowork working together. This is where we can combine the last 2 tips. Chrome pulls raw materials off the web, and Cowork takes that materials and turns it into finished files on your computer. No copying, pasting, no app switching. So a workflow I actually run is Chrome enriches my leads in a Google Sheet, and then I hand that sheet off to Cowork. Cowork reads the data, opens my outreach template, and produces 5 personalized emails and a 1-page PDF briefing the document for my call prep and telling me who to call first and why. 3 deliverables made from my computer while I go get a coffee. This is where things get interesting when you combine Claude features to run a whole pipeline by itself. Now let's talk about the Claude mobile app. Tip 6 is Claude as an iOS command layer. As of March, Claude on iOS talks directly to your system apps: Message, Mail, Calendar, Apps, Reminders, and Apple Health. Meaning you can do this kind of thing in one sentence. Find a good ramen shop, open near me now, text Callan asking if 7 p.m. works, and add that to my calendar for tonight. 3 apps, one sentence, tap to confirm each step, and Claude will do it all for you. The health stuff is only available in the US, so I haven't tried it personally, but you can literally ask Claude, why have I been so tired this week? And it will pull your sleep, your activity, your data into a chart inside of the Claude conversation. Most of the stuff, except for that health, is free on every plan. And tip number 7 is Claude Dispatch. This is part of Claude's effort to replace tools like OpenClaw and Hermes. Claude Dispatch launched in March, and it lets you message a task on your phone, and Claude will run it on your computer at home. So imagine you're on the train. Your laptop's at home, you text it, pull the contract's PDF in my downloads folder, and tell me which one has the best cancellation terms. Claude will open the PDFs on your laptop, read them, and reply to you on your phone. You're still on the train. You can pair this with scheduled Cowork tasks. So I've got a 6 a.m. daily briefing that summarizes my Slack, my email, and my calendar. If I want follow-up questions while I'm not at home, maybe you're on a commute to work, I just text my laptop and I get a response. But heads up, Dispatch is still in beta. You need a Pro or a Max plan, and your laptop has to be awake with the Claude app open. So it's still not perfect, but it's a great way to get tasks done on the move. Set your computer to never sleep if you plan on using this. Anyways, those are my 7 tips. Let me know if there's any feature you want me to dive in deeper. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon with another video.